All right, special thanks to everybody subscribed to the channel. We just hit 20,000 subscribers. All of you watching these videos like this, the XMAXX, where you people came from in 2023. As you can see, 44% was browsing. Then we have Big Rock, some of the intros that you guys liked, 2005 BMW crash, just some of the cool videos. Definitely top moments in some of the videos, shows where they were at. These are analytics I love to look at. Spikes, what section of the video are spiking? I definitely love to see that. Definitely thanks to everybody, 20,000 subscribers. Let's keep going. Now on to today's video. All right, welcome back. So today we have XMAXX Ultimate. Yes, we went ahead and got one. It's here. Comes with the Bluetooth module, comes with all the aluminum bits, comes with the tires, and I have my original XMAXX I just purchased is over here as well. So I want to do a little comparison. I have to take this ESC and take the connectors off and solder on the EC5s, just like I did to my new XMAXX. And I wanted to go over and physically see what the differences are. So I didn't take it out of the box on camera because there's already unboxings of this RC, but I can tell you that the box that my XMAXX comes in, the box the XMAXX Ultimate comes in, way different. The new box is definitely smaller. The size of the box, the new XMAXX Ultimate, and I wonder if they're going to do that with the original XMAXX, is it gets shipped with the suspension still compressed, and it comes with the tires not mounted. The tires are literally put into the box. So in talking to Traxxas, I did call them. Let me put in that conversation right now.
Thank you for calling Traxxas. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time during this message.
Some companies now you can't even call them. But Traxxas, you still pick up a phone and call them and ask them questions. They hung up on me.
Message. If you are a dealer, press 1. For the parts department, press 2. For technical support.
Traxxas support, this is CJ. Can I have your zip code, please?
91387.
And who am I speaking with today?
Earl Moorhead.
Alright, what's going on, Earl? What can I help you out with?
Well, I had a question on the new XMAXX, the Ultimate, and I was wondering if that's something you can help me with since I ordered one. The aluminum bearing carriers on this. I remember my previous XMAXX, I went in to get the aluminum bearing carriers and I couldn't find them. I could only find them for the Max. When did these parts become available?
Okay, are you talking about the stub axle carriers?
Yeah, with the wheel attaches to?
Yeah, let me take a look here.
The C-hubs and the bearing carriers. Because I was snapping off the C-hubs all the time, I want to say in beginning of 2022. And I couldn't find the Traxxas C-hubs in aluminum.
As far as aluminum for the XMAXX in specific, steering blocks, axle carriers, and then caster blocks, we've had those. I will be 1 to 2 years now, somewhere around that time frame. They're still fairly new, but not as new as like the differential housing and the bell cranks, the motor mounts. The gear covers, those are going to be the much newer, like the aluminum parts that we have for the XMAXX and XRT.
Oh, okay.
The Ultimates just come pre-installed with all of it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. And the other thing was, on the XMAXX, can you adapt the XRT battery tray covers so that they flip inward versus outward?
With the way that they clip in, not really, no. There's only one way to kind of set those up.
Okay, so I couldn't buy like the battery trays for the XRT and clip them into the XMAXX.
Not really, no, just because the way that they like on the actual chassis, the way that those mounts are at.
Uh-huh. Yeah, those black posts, because those come out.
Right.
And I was thinking if I bought the XRT ones.
You actually bring up a good point now that you got me thinking about it. You could definitely try it. I don't have anywhere that would be able to confirm if that would work or not.
Okay.
But you could give it a shot. If you have like one of each, you could definitely pull them both out and see if they're interchangeable there. But they do have their own individual part numbers that show that they are specifically for the XMAXX and XRT.
Yes.
So usually when we have part numbers that do that, it means that there is some type of requirement that makes it exclusive to that vehicle.
Yep.
So there might be like a slightly different like mold or something, like there might be a weird angle to have.
Yep.
But you could try it for sure.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, because those black pieces slip down into the chassis. Maybe they're curved the wrong way or something.
Right, like there could be something along the bottom of them that's just slightly different.
Yep.
You could try it. I mean, if you pull them both out and they look relatively the same, go for it.
Okay. Perfect. Well, those are the questions I had. I appreciate you answering them.
Hey, not a problem at all. If you have anything else that you think of, just give us a call back and let us know.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. You have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye. Well, there you have it. Bearing carriers were probably released about a year ago. He's saying 2, so that's the beginning of 2022. That's when I called and looked for them and couldn't find them. So I imagine probably towards the end of 2022 they were available. But then the differential covers and motor mounts and that other stuff he's talking about, that's all proprietary towards the XMAXX Ultimate. Because I know a lot of people had questions with my video talking about a lot of these parts on this thing were not available. Were literally made for this RC, from what the guy at Traxxas was saying. But the diff covers and the cush drive cover, and he said something about a motor mount cover, or the motor mount, something with the motor mount, as you guys heard in the conversation. So we're going to take a look at that and see what that is. But I'm going to go ahead now and cut open these tires, because these tires are definitely a lot stiffer than this tire right here. So let me open up one of these packages and take a look at these tires, because I'm pretty excited about the sledgehammers. And the Ultimate wasn't an RC I was even considering until doing some research on it. And even it's funny, the wheel, that's the original XMAXX one. Look how much bigger this one is with the nuts in it. I wonder if that's because the rim is deeper. It's wider or something. Let me open this up as well. The nuts are still the same. Little bit wider. See how that doesn't slide over? It's just a little wider. Tire is bulging for the sledgehammers. And the sidewall is really stiff compared to that. Belted tire. It even says belted on it. They definitely feel stiffer. You can see pushing down, my thumb just goes right into that. And they are taller. They're taller as well. There's another XMAXX one. So they are taller, and they're a little wider, and that's probably why Traxxas gave you the taller tool. But very excited about these tires. I still vent it on the inside, so I suggest taping that, which we're gonna do. There's 2 holes on the inside, and they are not vented on the outside. So venting on the outside is probably gonna be a better thing, but I'm not gonna run it in any kind of moisture until I tape these. So let's see what this paper has to say. So it tells you the shank goes in. Position the shank towards the wheel, installing on the hex. And there's already Loctite on the nuts. And there's Loctite on one side of the thread. So it's half covered in Loctite and half not, just like the original ones. It does have the aluminum instead of the plastic hexes, where the stock one has plastic. As you see, these are plastic with the metal just on the drive axle. You can see all the plastic, everything, even the steering link is plastic. Servo saver and bell crank, all plastic. XRT, metal, 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 C-hub, metal. Link, these are the ones that I broke, which are these. Upper arm, still the same in here. It does have the metal cap for the pin, so it does have the metal cap for the hinge pin retainers, where the stock ones are plastic. Stock ones plastic, plastic. Diff cup. Diff cup and axle looks the same. Bell crank says Traxxas on it. They've offered this piece for a while. I've never really used it. Seems like most of the slop is out of the wheel now, which is good. But with the original XMAXX, has about the same amount of slop. Feels about the same. Has the upgraded shock shafts, which from my understanding, these are pretty hardened shafts. I've never broken the stock one. I have bent the stock one, so I'm curious to see how these perform. Shocks feel the same. These feel a little smoother, but this is brand new compared to this. I have the shocks cranked up a little bit more, and I just pulled the diffs, center diff, all front and rear diffs on this, and re-greased them because I was having some gear noise and I wanted to check them. The rear, same. Does have the wheelie bar wheels versus the plastic ones. These are actually rubber instead of plastic. So doing wheelies, it should be quieter with this. Wheelie bar still feels real flimsy. We're going to go ahead and get into the top of this XMAXX. Same latching system. The infamous Traxxas connectors. Here's what I was telling you guys about the zip tie that holds these over to one side. So the new motor mount is all aluminum and not plastic anymore. So that's a proprietary part that was just made for this XMAXX. They've never offered that before. So that's good to see. I don't know if you guys can see it, but instead of a whole plastic motor mount, it's literally aluminum now. To check the gear ratio and then put the upgraded spur. Which is weird because I don't see the upgraded spur in here. It's for battery tray. There is no spur gear in here. There is no upgraded spur. So I'm kind of curious if it already has, and it does say XMAXX Ultimate on the owner's manual. So we'll pop this cover. Oh, that always falls. Screws out of there. But I wonder if it's the 50 tooth. Oh, and the motor has got the C-clip on it now. So they've added the C-clip to the front of the motor. They've now got a C-clip on the front of the motor for the pinion, so the pinion cannot slide off anymore. Yep, C-clip. So they've addressed that issue as well. And it looks like there's a spacer in the back, so the pinion can only go so far back. Gears definitely are hardened. We'll look in the owner's manual for the gear ratio. It looks like a 50, not the 46. It comes stock with a 54 on the regular XMAXX. And then I don't see markings on the pinion. I would have to count them. Wonder if they're going to start doing that on the regular XMAXXs, because that gear is not coming loose now. It's got the upgraded holes for the XRT. Remember, these are now standardized. Back looks the same. What I didn't like about these aluminum shock caps are these inserts right here that you got to hold into place when doing the shock caps. You literally got to get these spacers in here, which those are built into the original plastic shock caps. You can see that you don't need those spacers in there because this piece is pressed into the plastic. So these caps are much easier to take the shocks on and off versus dealing with these spacers that are in here. Plastic wheels. You can tell I haven't cleaned it from the last run. So XMAXX Ultimate sticker pack gives you some grills and some stuff you can add to it. Pretty cool. Tells you where they go. $6444 is the gear of the Ultimate. And it's funny, it gives you the standard tool as well. Upgraded gear. So in order to get some more speed out of this, I would have to change that gear anyway to a 46, because I'm assuming that's going to still be the 18 tooth, just in steel for the pinion, but that's going to eliminate this See, there's no mesh in between that. Very little. And then it's mesh there, but over here it's tight. No clearance in between there. Nothing. Super tight. Should sound like that. So you should hear this click. So the gears aren't round. Got a tight spot right there. Right there. No slop. So that's going to heat up. No slop. Right there you start to get slop. Nothing. Tight as can be. Perfect mesh. So like I said, something with these Cush drives are not round. You can hear it. Tight, loose, tight, loose, tight, loose. So I'm going to go ahead and get these connectors swapped out. We're going to get this thing out running tomorrow, but just wanted to show you what was going on. That we do have the XMAXX Ultimate in our hands now. So we're going to get the wheels put on them, get them both cleaned up. We're going to go out and rip them, stock versus stock, and go from there. But there we go. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. What do you guys think? Worth $1,500? Would actually be or $1,590 with tax, everything out of the door. $1,590. Robin's Hobby is where I got this one from. They're located in, I think it's Glendale, California. Could be, yeah, Glendale, on the border, Glendale, Pasadena. Robin's Hobby, California. That's where I ordered this from. But there we go. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. You ever ask yourself why Traxxas post videos, these edited videos with all the music in the background? My guess is all the gear noise coming out of these new XMAXXs. It's just a hunch, but every one of Traxxas' videos, you can't hear the gear noise. That's why we watch real videos.